Hello everyone. Today I'll be sharing how to use Power BI in analyzing the data from a medical store. This data is about their sales done in the month of October 2025, and it contains various sections like the name of the customer, their age, phone number, the date when they purchased it, the product was described by which doctor, the product name, the company to which the product belongs, the quantity, the price, the product type, whether it's a OTC product or a prescription product, the expiry date of the product, the payment, it was done by UPI, on credit, cash, or whatever, and the total sales done by them in that month. So now, first, initially, I had the data up to the payment mode. To figure out the total sales, we have used the code for total sales, which is the sum of the medical store's quantity and the price, and the output is here. And then we move to the visualizations that I have created. So the first one is the best-selling medicines. For this, we have chosen the name of the product on the y-axis and the sum of the total sales on the x-axis. And as you can see, the antacid gel is their best-selling product. And after that, we have ORS solution, then we have metformin, then we have cetirizine, then we have vitamin C tablets, then we have amlodipine, then we have paracetamol, amoxicillin, ibuprofen, and so on downwards. We can scroll and watch. So thing gives us, this chart gives us the data about the best-selling medicines. Then we can also analyze which doctor is prescribing how many medicines or what is the volume that they're prescribing. All this data is really useful during RCPA, during stock decisions, how much stock to keep in. And majorly it's used in RCPA when we have to provide a detailed review to the pharmacist or the chemist. So the doctor-wise prescription says that antacid is the most prescribed thing, most prescribed medicine. Then we have ORS, metformin, etc. And it's approximately same to their best-selling medicines also. Next, coming on to the pie chart for payment mode analysis, we can have a bifurcation of how many customers purchase by UPI, how many purchase by card, how many purchase by cash, and how many purchase on credit. So this helps in giving the customer benefits, providing discounts to them, providing fair prices to what they're buying, and also analyzing the financial accounts of the store. This is very useful. So as we can see that 24% of their sales are done by cash, then 25.89, which is approximately 26%, are done on credit. 25.78, which is approximately 26%, is done by UPI mode, and the remaining 24.33% is done by card. So this helps in basically analyzing how the financial records are to be maintained and what the customers prefer more. Next, visualization would be about the daily sales trend. This data was about the entire month of October 2025. So I've chosen the total sales on the y-axis and the date on the x-axis. So we can see that there is a peak in the sale in around the second week, I would say, between the first and second week. And then there's a huge drop in the 16th day. There was the least sales are done on the 16th day, and the highest sales are done on the 8th day, which is the first week. And how the sales vary from the first week to the last week, we can see that. This helps in analyzing how much stock do we have to keep, what are the needs of the patients about OTC prescription, what stock should be kept in, and how the sales vary from one day to another. The next is the customer demographics by age. So this data is basically about what age of people are taking which company's medicine. So this is basically used for RCPAs when the chemist or the pharmacist wants to know which age of customers is using which company medicines. Like for geriatrics, is there any special company? Or for pediatrics, is there any special company? Likewise. The next is for the OTC versus prescription comparison. How many product category are belonging to the OTC, while how many are belonging to the prescription, and how many sales are done for each one of them. So we have analyzed this by keeping the legend as the prototype product type and the values of the total sales. So around 41.78% is bought in by the OTC products, and the remaining 58.22% is bought in by the prescription products. So we can see that prescription products are sold more on the store rather than OTC products. And this is also helpful in RCPA or the for the chemist to analyze how to handle the medicines and everything. Lastly, moving on to the expiry risk analysis. This is the table where we have taken multiple columns like the product name, the expiry date of the product, the company of the product, and the sales that they have done, like the total quantity that they have sold. So this will help in evaluating the expiry. And if the customer is repetitive, maybe a pharmacist can remind them that their product is about to expire or finish off so that they can purchase a new one or prevent from not having that product or not using that product. So this is also useful data in analyzing the expiry risks if a product is nearby the expiry and it is still not sold, it's still in the stock. So it has to be thrown away or it has to be disposed of. So accordingly, the pharmacist can decide what has to be done with the data. So after our visualizations about the data, we can analyze. I would like to summarize. I would like to say that this data is very useful for RCPA majorly, and next for the pharmacist to analyze his financial accounts and to decide what stock to keep in, what stock to not, to have a trend of what sales they have done on a daily basis. And that's it, like for helping the chemists, the pharmacists, for generating a good review of everything. Such data should be stored, and Power BI can be really helpful for them in evaluating the data and analyzing if there is a problem. The root cause of the problem can also be analyzed, from when the problem began, why did it begin. Everything can be analyzed using Power BI, and it can give a fantastic trend analysis, difference, variance, everything. So it's a great tool to analyze any kind of a data, and especially huge datas like which have more than 500, 600 entries. So it minimizes our task and simplifies the data for us. So thank you so much.